I think if Matthew Hancock said we cannot leave our houses even once a day to go for a run or a walk, I think there would be mass insurrection. I just don't think we would put up with it. And yet, a country that is only just over 20 miles away from us, who have a tradition of putting on yellow jackets and rioting and having revolutions and different republics, and yet they've been under a lockdown much, much stricter than we've had, and I think they've generally been obeying it. Well, at least that's what I think. Let's find out. Let's go straight to Paris and join Peter Allen, LBC's correspondent there. Peter, good evening to you.
Good evening, Nigel.
Now, normally when we speak, we're talking about the Gilets jaunes, and we're talking about outside your balcony where I've been with you and had a glass of wine, people rioting and smashing windows, and generally we'd regard it all as being really rather French. But, I mean, this lockdown in Paris has been very real, hasn't it?
It really has. As you say, the French often go out onto the street to demonstrate, to riot even. It's a very traditional thing over here. But during this lockdown, that hasn't happened. It's extremely strict, the lockdown. Fines are being handed out all the time, even prison sentences. Some people have been sent to prison across France. And I was out on the streets of Paris earlier this afternoon, lots of police everywhere, asking for documentation, who you are, where you come from, how long you're out for. And as you say, it's extremely strict over here at the moment.
So if I want to go out in France, you know, what do I have to do?
First of all, you have to download an Interior Ministry document from online. You can actually handwrite it out yourself, which takes about 15 minutes, or you can print it out and sign it. Say exact time when you leave the house, put your name, address on it, bring your passport with you, your identification card if you're French. They all have identification cards over here. And you have to stick to that hour, and there's only a few reasons you can go out, exercising, as you said earlier, or going to the shops. That's about it, really.
I mean, it sounds like it's stricter than wartime Paris was. It's quite extraordinary. And let's say that I go out and I'm out and I decide, oh, the hell with it, I'm going to go for sleep in the park, and I come back 4 hours later. What sort of fine would I get?
To begin with, it's the equivalent of about £120. That's 135 euros. Uh-huh. But if you get caught again within a few days, it rapidly goes up to 300, 400 euros. And if you keep getting caught, after 4 times, which you can imagine could come quite quickly if you're the kind of person who regularly breaks the rules, you'll end up with a prison sentence of 6 months. I mean, it really is extremely strict.
So actually, the naturally rebellious French have been bullied into submission, Peter.
That would be a way of putting it. Certainly, I think the figure at the moment is something like 65 million in fines have been handed out already. Wow. Bearing in mind we're only about 22 days into all this. If this goes on for weeks, months even, you can imagine they're going to be making millions out of it. And again, the great fear is these fines can very quickly escalate into a prison sentence. You can end up with a convicted criminal because you wanted to go out and sit in the park.